Hey, Divine Feminines, okay, let's talk. Because I can't leave that last reading the way that I did, especially as watching it back. I always watch it back as I'm uploading, okay, because then I hear the message myself. It's rather concerning, those last cards that came out, because they were very feminine based. Um, and so I think we need to tap into that a bit more, because I think if we're going into battle as a Divine Feminine, we've kind of done our battles. So it's better to be forewarned. It's just a slightly bit concerning that they come up at the end. I'm just not happy to leave it. So let's talk, because if there's trouble ahead, which I believe that most Divine Feminines, they are to expect maybe some trouble when the Divine Masculine returns, okay? Especially as it's looking on the cards as if the Divine Masculine is really looking at building this future with the Divine Feminine. But what comes with the Divine Masculine? There could be some trouble. But them cards saying about the Divine Feminine standing up for yourself, you are going to be going into battle. And I just felt there's going to be maybe a lot of emotional manipulation thrown at the Divine Feminine. And it's because we're wrapping up these cycles now. And most of the Divine Feminines have done a lot of work to be where they are. So to go back into or be faced with that type of manipulation and energy, okay. We've kind of grown from our past situations of maybe, being willing to fight and be defensive, stand up for ourselves. But we've kind of mellowed out where we just don't want that conflict. But it looks like we're going to be faced with adversity. I want to find out more. The Knight of Swords. Now it's a masculine here, but the last reading drew the shield warrior. And it said that she was a female knight in shining armour. So we've got the Knight of Swords, which is the masculine knight in shining armour. This is about secrets being exposed. This could happen quite quickly. Because the Knight of Swords, it feels as if he's kind of lost his mind. It's kind of gone with the wind. But here is the Moon card. Secrets exposed, I want to be guided to say. Okay, let's find the voice. I'm going to get this message out. So there's the Divine Masculine walking away here from the Eight of Cups. It looks like after disclosing some secrets, he could have I don't know, I don't even think it's a phrase. I can't even think of a phrase, but it's like he's run his mouth off. So he's it's like I don't know, I want to say in the heat of the moment. I'm not sure even in the, it's like a sharp tongueness. So speaking the truth. Okay. The harsh truth. And I want to say about how maybe the Divine Masculine's disclosed that there's another person that can care and nurture him for him better, because there's definitely a third energy that wants to put fear, I want to say, upon the Divine Feminine now. There's an energy coming in to the Divine Feminine's perimeter. And it's wanting to upset things. I believe this energy is attached to the Divine Masculine. Nine of Wands, he was spiritually strong. So it was like he was fighting his own battles. That wheel's been turned. He may have spoke about his destiny, that he needs to go in another direction. But I believe that he spoke about there's somebody else out there that can nurture me and look after me and gets me. These are kind of like, I want to say the words that the Divine Masculine's using that's just kind of coming out. It's like he's had enough of the secrets and not being cared for, because he feels wounded. So it's kind of like when he was at his lowest, it's just all these secrets spilled out, all these unknown things. And I feel now as if there was maybe a taunting from this third energy, as if he was kind of joking, kidding himself, that, you know, that there was another person waiting for him. Wow, if that's what the Divine Masculine said, that's going to upset this third energy when she finds out he was speaking the truth. Okay. Oh, the King of Pentacles. Said about destiny. He may have said that maybe he wished he had married somebody else. Okay. Something's come out. Let's find out. Judgment. Judgment call's been made towards this feminine. It's just kind of spouting out of this trumpet. So I believe maybe the Divine Masculine's been told to blow his own trumpet, to tell this other feminine what he is worth, and he knows he is, because there's somebody actually waiting to give all that to him. He's spoken about working with like-minded people rather than being with somebody who doesn't get him. Or let's speak here about the lovers. So there's no honesty, openness, transparency within whatever connection the Divine Masculine's been within, and it looks like he's exposed it. Because he's kind of looking at the Divine Feminine as if to say, I've exposed the secret, and the Divine Feminine's kind of feeling vulnerable here, looking up for guidance, as if to say, okay, so what now? I was really looking for guidance here with the Divine Masculine. It looks, the energy I feel of this is quite, this feminine is feeling quite cold. He's feeling totally battered. He's still following her. So it may be this feminine wants to be taken to the Divine Feminine. And I believe this masculine's looking up here at this kind of, I don't know, chapel. As if to say, is this wise? Is this the right thing? Have I done the right thing? It's going through the transition. But where is, I feel he's saying here, Lord, give me strength. I don't feel the Divine Masculine has any fear really regarding the Divine Feminine being able to stick up for herself. I think he's more worried about what the Divine Feminine will say to this person who looks like they could be coming to approach the Divine Feminine, because she's probably going to have the shock of her life when she meets this Divine Feminine. And then there could be trouble, because it's about standing up for yourself, Divine Feminines. She may not like what she's going to hear, which is going to be the truth. Spiritual truth. We've got the transformation. tickly throat. Divine Masculine here, trying to balance out them pentacles. Balancing out, looking like an idiot. That's what I want to say. Okay. I don't think the Divine Masculine's going to look like an idiot when the Divine Feminine shows her face. We're going to have to delve deeper, guys. I don't normally like doing these kind of readings, but I think we have every right to know what to expect. I'm using the Witch's Tarot. I'm going to try and find out a bit more. Let's see what Divine will allow us to know, or what they want us to be prepared for. The card came out in the reading before about having a strategy and being prepared. I think we need to take that guidance quite serious. The Divine Masculine knows how to deal with his own challenges, okay? That's what he's kind of living amongst. Where the Divine Feminine lives a very peaceful, calm, tranquil life. There is no real distractions, but it looks like something's coming along. So let's have a look at this Knight of Swords, where I feel like he's been, shouting his mouth off. Is that the right way to say it? Let's have a look. Maybe without thinking, before acting. Trust that everything's divinely directed. Everything's said for a reason. Some things need to come to light at certain times. Situations will happen. That's kind of like this. It's was that the right thing to do? Have I just made things worse? It is what it is. What's said is said. Let's have a look at this Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands. So spoken about the Divine Feminine. So he's shooting his mouth off. Maybe, who knows who to, but something's come out, some secret. So I feel the Divine Masculine definitely spoke about the Divine Feminine. Let's see if we can find out a bit more. He's spoken about how there is a feminine in the background, and he's spoken and how he's fearful. About being too late. So the Divine Masculine here spoke about the Divine Feminine walking away. A missed opportunity. But it depends who he's been speaking to about these secrets, because has somebody overheard? So this could have been speaking to somebody in private, but it hasn't stayed that way. King of Cups with the Five of Wands. There's the King of Cups here, coming from this heart space. So he's been talking about challenges. Facing his demons, his dragons, and all the challenges that kind of stop him from getting to the Divine Feminine. So if the Divine Feminine's walked away here and the Divine Masculine, there's this urge of needing to charge in, okay, to the Divine Feminine. But there's this energy of wondering if it's been too late. Then we've got the Eight of Cups. The Divine Masculine is walking to the Two. So we've got the Divine Feminine walking away, the Divine Masculine here walking away as well. So this conversation could be with somebody else about whether or not it's best to walk away from the connection. We'll find out, or whether towards the connection. But I believe this has come out. Somebody's either overheard or it's been spoken about the Divine Feminine to the wrong person. We've got the Emperor. So he's here on his own. He is looking at the children. And he's got a Knight of Wands here. Okay, so about passion. I believe the Divine Masculine may have spoke about this to another, maybe father, another dad. So to another masculine. That he's considering passionate new endeavours. Maybe he's told him that he's considering leaving his current situation. But then there's the challenges. And I believe the challenges are the children. How this will affect the children. We have the strength of the Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine here. Looks here as if the Divine Feminine is encouraging the Divine Masculine to speak the truth. But it looks like the Divine Masculine's opened up to somebody. He's taken a leap of faith. Okay, to speak to somebody else about this, to actually open up to another about his experience. I want to say with the Divine Feminine, the Lover. So the Divine Masculine's definitely spoke about the Lover and the Page of Swords. So he's been very chatty. Been chatty about this love, this connection that he's experienced with the Divine Feminine. So what's gone on? He's been spiritually strong. He's taken a chance, but he looks like he's wounded here. Eight of Pentacles. I feel like someone's doing some detective work now. It's a feminine here. Me looking over my shoulder. Someone's doing some investigating. Wheel of Fortune. Turning that wheel. Justice. So whatever's been discovered, it was all in divine order to balance out these scales. It's like it couldn't have happened any other way. It's just the way that it was meant to happen. The Strength. It's justice here for destiny, for the Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine. But I'm still a little confused on this. Who's surveying? We've got the King of Pentacles. So this was destiny. And I want to say this is what will bring the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine together. King of Pentacles. Excuse me. Oh, that's really blocked. That throat chakra. King of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. She looks like she's quite enjoying whatever the Divine Masculine's going through. It's as if she's, I don't know whether she's in the Wheel of the Year. I think she thinks it's a bit of a joke. The Nine of Cups. And I want to say that, oh, where's my, oh, there you are. Gone all dark. I want to say that she thinks it's a bit of a joke that behind the scenes there is somebody actually waiting for the Divine Masculine who is kind of reserving all that love for him. I think that she thinks that she is kind of the queen. We've got Judgment here. So you've got this Judgment call that's right above this feminine. It's like he's tooting his own horn. And this masculine here, it looks like he's saying to the Archangel, you know, give it to her. Tell her the truth. The Three of Wands, just waiting for the right time. That's waiting for travel. That's about, I'm not sure. Judgment. There's 3 wands there, and I feel as if the Divine Masculine has his, I believe he's prepared to take this feminine to the Divine Feminine. And then I believe this other feminine will have this realisation. They'll just be left with 2 wands. It would be something that she's unable to compete with. And that's with Judgment. It's like, watch and you shall see. Let's go to this Three of Pentacles. This is about working with like-minded people, people that get you, people that will listen and be considerate, caring, comforting, appreciative. 4 of Wands, it's the 11-11 card, so it's the connection. We've got the Lovers here, feeling very vulnerable. The High Priest, I said it's as if the Divine Feminine's kind of, have a look at these have come out. It's like it's okay. It's like in this together, when your paths cross, all will be okay. But it's pointing to that Divine Feminine here. It's like go within for guidance. Trust that whatever truth is spoken is the guided truth. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles. The Divine Masculine looking as if to say, I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do. But maybe this is the only way. The Empress. Where are they off to? To meet the Empress. Put it that way. Then I feel that everything will change. There'll be this different understanding here. So with the transformation card, spiritual transformation, I believe that this will just bring a mass awakening to this situation. 9 of Pentacles, the Divine Feminine's independent, single, stable energy will bring the transformation. It's like it's a transformed Divine Masculine coming. He may not feel that way on the way, as he is still with this very negative energy. But the guidance really is, as soon as your paths cross, the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, it's like something will click. And that's where I believe the strength will come in. And it'll be undeniable. Undeniable. Okay. So it looks like it's all going to end up positively. But that's the story we're picking up. Memories of love. Okay, there are children here who are involved. Picked up that with the kind of fatherly energy here, speaking to maybe another dad. So that's what I feel has happened, is the Divine Masculine, I believe, has opened up, okay, to another masculine regarding his emotions towards the Divine Feminine. Somehow, I believe that this has been maybe shared and not kept within just the two of them. Because I do feel that there's a third energy that's kind of coming to the divine feminine, and this is kind of, I do feel the divine masculine here has said to another feminine, you know, no, there's somebody else better waiting for me. And it's like, I believe she wants to see the truth of that, whether that's true or not. It's a bit of investigation going on here. Could this be true? Could this be the case? Is he just saying that? But something's been said in the heat of the moment. Okay. Maybe under the influence of alcohol, I want to say. I don't know why. Someone's just kind of been talking. Oh, it's 1441. And what I want to say about that is the last reading I just put up, because of the battlefield, maybe we need to check it, but I believe it's, let's see if it's still on my phone, seeing as it's 1441. So 1441, I called it the final battles, and I don't know why, but I wanted to say we may have a battle in our hands, and I was Googling to see on our hands or in our hands, because I felt like I want to say we may have a battle in our hands. Let me just turn this. And this is what came up after all these messages stopped coming through. He trains my hands for war. Psalm 144:1. But what I did put in was battle in your hands, and it says verse of the day, he trains my hands for war. Psalm 144:1/2. Learn religions. That's who it was. And it just says here, blessed be the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. What else does this say? My loving kindness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer, my shield and the one in whom I take refuge, who subdues my people under me. I believe that's it. But I thought that was really interesting that came up. As we're just coming on to 1444 soon. Oh, did you just see that red flick? It flicked something red. I saw it. So just with the number syncs. Anyway, and I thought that was interesting, seeing as I put the title. I wanted to put the title, we may have a battle in our hands. And it comes in with that. That might be worth some more research. I think I might have a look into that a bit later on, seeing as I've seen a 1441. We're getting the power of love. Activation cards. Okay. Elevation. You are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. And compassion. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. So let's read these and see if there's any guidance on how to kind of handle this situation if it was to arise in your perimeter. Let's put it that way. So elevation. You are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. In order to live a fulfilled life of complete happiness and enjoyment, you first must become mindful of how you perceive the world and your place in it. What you think has a tremendous influence on how your soul will experience life and its many diverse situations. As magnetic beings, our souls work perfectly within the law of attraction and draw to us exactly what we create with our thoughts. I said it was going to be undeniable as soon as the divine masculine and divine feminine kind of cross paths, okay, and there's somebody else who's going to witness that. I believe they're going to see this connection, okay, because it will draw to you exactly what we create with our thoughts. In order to elevate your soul, your mindset may need to be spiritually altered. And I feel that this will be this other feminine's mind will be spiritually altered. It'll be kind of, you won't be able to deny the connection or kind of want to stop it, okay, from happening. You're just going to kind of know that it's the right thing. I want to say that this feminine will, even though maybe will be upset, but we'll see that this is, you know, the divine masculine wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. Okay. So love is the greatest healing energy source out there, and by using it properly, you can instantly change your life and your circumstances. Begin by setting the intention of raising your consciousness. Second, be mindful of the tone of your thoughts. Then finally, let go and let the universe do its part. Commune with nature, take a walk through a forest, dance in the ocean waves, or go out and garden. Through these activities, your mind is brought into an awareness of the oneness of the natural world. Assess the people in your life. Are they elevating or draining your energy? Become aware of your purpose in life and live it one day at a time. Elevate someone else's life with joy, for it is in giving that you receive. Forgive others and clear that energy, transforming it to pure love, knowing that you cannot force anyone to be something they are not. Above all, have fun and delight in your journey. And what they've done is they've highlighted journey to kind of say the word joy, which is here. And we've been touching on that, joy. I believe that this here is, with the divine masculine, divine feminine, I believe they're going to be able to express themselves to this third energy that's coming in, the situation. And I believe that they're going to handle the situation with compassion. So you demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. Living by the principle of compassion is the healthiest mode of being human. Compassion asks that you go within your own heart and see the world from another's perspective. By placing your awareness on the feelings of others and understanding what motivates them, you will begin to empathise. I just saw that a moment ago, the empathy. But you will begin to empathise with them. Operating compassionately is the natural inclination of your soul, so allow yourself the time and space to display loving acts daily. It can be as simple as smiling to a stranger. Remember that some of us travel an easier road than others, but the most significant thing we all have in common is our decision to share this physical dimension together. Compassion is also a gift you give yourself when you are able to accept your own weaknesses as a part of a learning process. It's much easier to forgive others. It's often a difficult lesson, but once it's mastered, your soul evolves quickly. So I believe this is having the compassion, I want to say, for the divine feminine to have for herself, okay, for the situation that may be brought to her. And also understanding how this third energy is feeling as well, and kind of facing that. And there's a lot of forgiveness that needs to be had on both sides. It's like all three parties were affected by this. So let's get a enchanted map, see if we can see what's on the map. Listening. I feel there was someone maybe listening in on the conversation here, but okay, let's see what card number 53. And also I want to pick up, just with this listening, is the Divine Masculine here. Trusting that he is being guided correctly. 53. An open heart will hear the message. When this card appears, you're being reminded that there is a time to speak and a time to be silent. Now is an occasion for listening. Pay attention not only to what is being spoken, but also to what is not being said at the moment, for the deeper message is not always obvious. Listen with your heart, not just your ears, and you'll find clarity. Receiving the listening card is a fortunate sign and ensures a great understanding of your circumstances. So I believe that not only listening with your ears, but also with your heart, it's just this kind of knowing. I want to say this feminine kind of, she's doing some investigation work. So she's trying to uncover some truths of a situation that she believes that she's aware of. Okay, I'm going to get one more. Goblins. They're lurking. Lurking in doorways. Okay. Fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. Goblins are born when you're wounded, and something essential is lost in that experience. From that point on, as you forgot, from that point on, as you forgot your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's. Okay. And that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. A goblin's card appearance is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. Okay. The goblin's message is that you must release resentments and negative self-talk. Within you is a spark of the divine. Ask spirit to help heal you. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of the negativity. Okay. The shadow of someone else, and I feel that this here is the divine masculine's kind of shadow. Let's end on a Mother Mary card. Let's have some motherly guidance for the divine feminine. Oh, I'll get there in a moment. I can't get my hands on them. Okay, let's get to Mother Mary Oracle. Our Lady of the Sacred Sun. Okay, so I feel that there's going to be this realisation that the divine masculine may have been mocked, okay, and been led to believe that he's unworthy of maybe anything more than what he's got, which is not the case. And that he is this sacred son, this like divine masculine. It looks like this feminine, she finds it very hard to believe, okay, that someone could, another person could hold this unconditional love or wait for him or be the total opposite of her. Our Lady of the Sacred Sun. So the divine masculine is being protected here, and it's like he's being led to reveal himself. And reveal his other half. It's like there's a rightful other counterpart for him. I feel as if it's someone more deserving than this other feminine. So let's read this. My beloved Son, my Christ, lives in your hearts, for you are the sons and daughters of love. The Christ is a consciousness of love that belongs to every human soul and will awaken in those that are ready to receive it now through my grace. I ask you to realise that you carry this divine flame of love within. For you, my sons and daughters, it is time for a divine awakening of sacred masculine energy within you now. Just as I birthed the Christ child through love, so too will you birth enlightened, divine, masculine energy through the love and power of the divine feminine now. This is your time for sacred birth. The divine Christ lives in the hearts of men and women as divine love and passionate service of the divine light, irrespective of religious persuasion. The divine light is in whatever form we believe it to be, whether that be Allah or God or Krishna or Shiva or a guru or the universe or anything else for that matter. Provided that it is love that you are serving, then the Christ consciousness or unconditional divine wisdom, love and power that the Holy Mother seeks to awaken with us can live in you. Our Lady of the Sacred Sun speaks to us of a healed masculine consciousness, of the Christ awakening in men and women. This becomes possible through the love and power of the divine feminine awakened. The divine feminine holds a space for love, for acceptance of all beings, for truth and for compassion, so that a new masculinity can emerge in modern humanity. Healed masculine consciousness is what allows us to discern and make choices and to set boundaries. It allows us to say yes or no based on our own values, which are not blindly adopted from our family or society, but distilled from our own innermost feelings and heart wisdom. A healed divine masculine gives us the courage to live our own life and the strength that we need to honour our individuality in making choices that feel truthful for us. It enables us to understand that our divine gift of self is meant to be lived as authentically and honestly as possible. A healed divine masculine consciousness is freed from needing approval through popular opinion or being liked by fulfilling the expectations or conditions that others may seek to impose. A healed divine masculine consciousness is empowered to accept and honour the self, accepting one's sexuality, individuality and particular self with all its quirks. It can do this because it understands that the divine lives in all beings and no one is required to be the same as anyone else in order to be worthy of complete, unconditional, divine love. The divine consciousness of the Christ is willing to live truthfully, even when it ruffles feathers or shakes foundations. It understands that truth will be preserved, even through great transformation or upheaval of change. This consciousness is willing. This consciousness is willing to live truthfully, even when that means letting go of lower vibrational relationship patterns that are based in fear and judgment, control or power. We let go of these patterns in order to open up to new ways of relating which are based in truth and acceptance, discernment and freedom of choice. When we are entering more deeply into this higher consciousness, change happens. Sometimes this can be challenging as we are learning to let go of our fears and to trust without condition. Even if we are struggling, we must learn to focus on the light within and stay present. Sometimes that struggle is actually the ego letting go and we are identifying with it. It can be very compelling and believable. Yet whilst that struggle is happening, the soul is gasping and taking in the holy breath of new life. and we are thriving spiritually, more infused with holy love and power than ever before. Our Lady of the Sacred Sun comes to us with several messages. Spiritually, you are maturing, and this may give rise to growing pains, but keep them in context and perspective. Pray to her to help so that your growing pains do not eclipse the magnificence and joy of the process that is actually happening for you at a far greater level. Psychologically and physically, you are asked to place some boundaries in your life. This may require you to say no to people, places, or things that drain you, or to protect yourself thoroughly through prayer. And the following healing process each and every day for a few moments before venturing into such spaces. If you have been feeling a sense of love or feeling a sense of guidance around you without quite being able to identify who it is on a spiritual level, then this oracle comes as confirmation that it is the living Christ in one form or another who is guiding you now. Open your heart to unconditional love and know that you are protected and supported spiritually in all aspects of your life. Just remember to ask for help daily. You can start this now by doing the following short healing process, or even just the prayer of affirmation if you are very short on time, and learning to integrate it into a quick and effective daily routine. You'll reap the benefits of doing so, but it will take all of your strength, of your inner masculine consciousness, to make the decision to commit to that practice for yourself and to adhere to it daily until it becomes a natural and habitual practice. Okay, here's the healing process and affirmation. Start with this prayer. I call upon Our Lady of the Sacred Sun, upon Mother Mary and the Christ, who love me unconditionally, and I ask for your healing support, guidance and protection now. Thank you, and so be it. You see a beautiful woman in blue robes holding a child. The child is powerful, as is the mother. Together they radiate an unbreakable force of golden light which repels anything that is not unconditional love. Visualize that you are the child now, being held by the beautiful woman in blue robes. A golden field of energy surrounds you and you are completely safe. Feel the love and power of this, and in your own time, when ready, complete your healing with the following prayer of affirmation, said aloud if possible 3 times. The powerful love generated by Mother Mary and the Christ lives in me. It radiates from me in complete divine strength, power and protection, now and always, so be it. And seeing as we have the strength card here twice, guys, this is understanding the power of the divine masculine with the divine feminine's energy, and knowing that that's your safe haven, that's your safe space. Okay, and it's like once you're together, may the force be with you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm hoping this reading kind of helped. That's what's come out, so let it be. Okay, right guys, I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye for now.